Hey, what's good? It's roknin, and it's been a while since I did anything of this sort, kind of a vlog post, because I've been busy, as you probably noticed. I still do streams, so those are still going on. Trying to get back into recording slowly but surely. I thought I had some more videos up by now, but I've had some stuff come up, and Evo is also this week, so I wasn't able to get to it as much as I wanted to. But Pokemon Sun and Moon will be going on, monotype run. I do have videos I gotta upload, so they'll be coming up soon. But I want to talk a bit about something else that's on the channel that's probably not been seen for a while, which is where are the fighting games and what happened to me playing Street Fighter V and like doing a whole I'm gonna go through ranked and through online matches and learn and stuff of that nature. Funny that. So I was really into Street Fighter V. I was very much into it. I planned to play it consistently. I was gonna really sit down and relearn Jury from scratch. I was like, I'm gonna do this. I mean, for me, let me go back. I will say that Street Fighter V, I was very excited for it, and I still do like it. And when I played it, especially season 1, I really enjoyed it. And despite some of the criticism, I thought it was an alright game, and it had stuff it could improve on. I didn't like defensive options being as neutered as they were, even though I was one of the main ones that complained about too much defense in 4. I thought they went the other extreme with this, and I was like, alright, it's still fine. And in season 2, at the beginning, I felt like it was still solid. The update came along, the 2.1 update, and I was like, it's still okay, but I don't know. I think between just the overall reaction to it, my frustrations, and the fact that the character that I really want to play, and don't get me wrong, there's actually a few characters I like playing, but there's no character that feels like my character in that game, and that's probably my biggest thing. For me, when I play fighting games, it's always about the characters I play. It's not so much about the system itself or anything. Like, I can play a game that I don't necessarily care for that much if there's a character that I really like, that I really enjoy. Hence why I played Street Fighter 4 quite a bit, even though I didn't like Street Fighter 4, because I had Rose and I had Jury and I had Sakura and I had Abel, and I had, who else did I have? I had a bunch of characters I played in 4, and then Poison came along later on, and who I played in Cross. I'm like, okay, cool, in Elena, but I didn't like Elena in 4, in Ultra. My point being is that if I have characters that I like and I enjoy playing, I like the personality, stuff like that, that'll get me through playing the game. I'm sure everybody and their mom knows, I'm not a very technical player. I'm not someone that studies necessarily that hard. I'm more semi-casual, semi-tournament player. I'm not sure where to classify myself at on that chain. My point being is, after Cross Tekken, I kind of realized I was going to die down a bit, because it takes a particular game, particular match of characters, and etc. for me to really put that kind of passion into a game. Street Fighter Cross Tekken was the only fighting game I really like dug my heels in on since Tekken 5. And that was the first game I really dug my heels in on, was Tekken 5. And that was where I went to tournaments and I traveled around, I met people, same thing with Cross, did the same exact thing. But once that died down, that was I kind of felt like that was it for me. And I tried to bring it to my back for myself with Smash 4, and I do like Smash 4, but it just wasn't the same feeling, and I think that's probably why it ended up dying off for me as well. You know, I still play Smash 4 casually here and there, and I am entering it for Evo. It really wasn't my main thing, and so I say that to say this: with Street Fighter V, I do like certain aspects of it, and there are certain characters I do like playing, but there's no one yet that really makes me say, oh my god, I want to play this game just for this character. Jury would have been that character, and really at season 1 I felt like that was going to be the case. That's why I was so hyped for Jury to be released, and I've told myself, like, this is the character I'm going to play, this is perfect for me, and I felt like it was going to be it, and it just didn't work out. I tried my best, and I don't think that's necessarily saying that Jury is a bad character or anything. I've said it before, but I'm not good enough to say whether the character is bad or good. Really, I don't have the skill level to say that. Everybody else says she's bad. I think she has some potential, but that's not a good thing to have in a fighting game. And so because of that, I felt really just disappointed, and I tried to make my way through with other characters and feel excited about them. Corinne in particular, because I like Corinne too, but I don't know, the more I played her, the more it's like something's missing, and I couldn't put my finger on it, and I still can't. I have no idea what it is. I wasn't really excited to play. I would play online, I would get kind of frustrated. The only time I really enjoy playing is playing locally, and that was more because I was playing with friends rather than the game itself. As far as the release, it's a terrible release. It's a horrible release. It was a shit release, and there's no getting around that. But as far as the gameplay, I think it's okay. I think there's some things they need to definitely address, and I hope they do in the near future. The other thing though that really kind of, I hope you don't hear my computer in the background, it's humming, and unfortunately the air in my apartment is not really doing well, so I have to let that thing cool itself off. I'm sorry if you hear that computer. Anyway, the other problem too is just Capcom as of late just has been making decisions that I question. And particularly with Street Fighter 5, at least for the past, ever since, I want to say since Ed's release, since that update, they've just been so quiet that has not given me any reason to really come back to the game. I mean, tournaments have been going on, but I've stopped watching tournaments. I've stopped really caring. I have no interest in playing. It's just not there. And if there would be like a big turnaround and Jury would have changed her playstyle maybe, or she would have just get just a few more adjustments to her tools, there'd be some more defensive options. If there's be a big enough switch on the next update where it felt like there's gonna be, you know, a big momentum, or another character came out that I really cared about. Like, I'm really interested in Manat if that's actually the next character to come out after supposedly Abigail. But here's the thing, we're going into Evo, and I'm hoping there's some kind of reveal of Evo, but there's been no trailers, there's been no real hints aside from what people have data mined from the game. There's been no word from them. There's been on radio silence that focus on MVCI. And for me, it's just like, well, I mean, they don't care about the game. And then the other side of it is that the community aspect of it just really feels, I don't know, I want to say poisonous. I hate using the word toxic, but it does. Trying to talk about it online for a while was just like, I would go onto the Reddit or go on Twitter and just looking up the word SF5 or the acronym SF5. I know English. Anyway, looking up SF5 would just be a deluge of just arguments back and forth and just chitter chatter and blah blah the stuff I don't care about. I'm like, man, I just want to watch some matches and chat about the matches and have fun with it, man. And it just everything about it just felt overwhelmingly negative. And for me, again, this is just me, and maybe it's a sign of weakness, I don't know, probably, but I tend to enjoy games where the community feels strongly about the game. There could be negative feedback, absolutely, and I think Street Fighter 5 deserves it, but there has to be some kind of level of like, you know what, these are the things that's wrong with the game, we can make fun of that. We did it with Cross had stuff that was wrong with it, and I joked about it all the time, and we had discussions, I had arguments about Cross and stuff, but at the end of the day, when I talked to somebody that played Cross, they loved Cross. You know, they enjoyed Cross. Like, it's like, man, this and that and the other is lame, but you know what, I still love this game and I play it all day, and I could sit down and play, and on that note, I could sit down and play Cross and not feel like any kind of fatigue, really. That's not been the case for Street Fighter 5, at least for me personally, just as an outside guy that's not really going to tournaments looking in. Again, if I could, in the other part of it, I'm sure it's because I'm not even going to tournaments as much lately. I haven't been able to show up locally lately because of certain life things. But you know, even people that I would play Cross with, and that kind of hurt too, because people I would play Cross with were like, this game, I hate it, and I'm like, damn. Like, there's people that like legitimately, like, even if they don't say they hate it, it's like, I'm playing it and it's all right, and it's like, that just hurts my enjoyment of the game. So I'm like, well, I don't want to play if you're not playing it or you're not enjoying it, because that's why I played the games I played, you know. So for me, it just, and for me, because I'm not like a high level competitive player, I'm not a pro player, I'm not trying to go out there and win money. For me, fighting games always have been a hobby. So for me, if the people that I want to play the game with don't enjoy the game, that hurts my enjoyment of it. And so some people, that probably sound silly, but it's the truth. Sometimes people play games because other people play them. And yeah, that just kind of aided my enjoyment of the game, and just eventually I was like, it just, every time I cut the game on, it felt like a chore. Online was just, it just wasn't even fun to play online, so I just stopped playing. I lost interest. I'm looking forward to whatever update comes next, because I really want to play the game at some point. I hope Street Fighter 5 does rebound. I hope Capcom makes some incredible decisions. I hope Super Street Fighter 5 is true. God, I hope that's true, and they make some real changes. I hope. I mean, my wish for Jury is that her fireball just goes a longer range. That's just me. I know I'm the only fool that wants that. I don't care about too much else. I just want some kind of zoning option. I want zoning options in general. There's not many zoners in this game aside from Guile and maybe Chun-Li if you want to play a zoner. And I mean, Guile is not my kind of character, because he's more of a shell. He's more like a rock hard. I'm gonna hold back and throw sonic booms. I'm not really that kind of zoner, man. I like to be able to throw fireballs and move around. Again, I've brought this example before to people, but I like, you know, I play Athena in King of Fighters 14, or I play Biking and Guilty Gear. I'm gonna go to those in a second. Trust me. I play you know, I play Corrin in Smash 4 and Rob, and I play a bunch of other characters, but mainly Corrin. I play characters that have like some kind of projectile but can also move, and they're not just rooted in place. And then Giles is more like a walking tank, and I don't really care for that too much. I don't like Giles. Giles alright as a character. I never was all that thrown bomb. And you know me, I like playing female characters, so that's if you really know me. So, you know, I don't have anybody in the game that I really want to play. Chun-Li was alright, but then she just got wrecked in the update, and then for all the work you got to do to get her execution down, it just doesn't really feel like it pays off in the way that I would like. And if the game had me more invested and I felt more invested in the characters that there were characters that I felt invested in that I want to play, I would be playing hardcore. But there isn't, so I haven't been. No videos. So that's the end of that. But I have been playing other fighting games. I've played Guilty Gear. I've kind of come to the realization that as much as Guilty Gear is great, I think it's a wonderful fighting game. It's a great release. It deserves any and all attention it gets. It's lovely. Arc System Wars did a great job. It's not for me. Not as a main consistent game I'm gonna play all the time. It's just I don't think I ever was really much of an anime player. I do like playing it, and I play it with friends online. You've probably seen some videos of us playing on Sundays when we can. But it's just not my main game. It's not my style of game. And yes, I ended up kind of fading away from that. King of Fighters I actually would like to play more of, but at the same time, it too is just not really, I don't think it's my style of game either. It's got some characters I like, but just something about it didn't stick with me. And I'm like, all right, well, I still play the game. I like it. If people are like, hey, you want to play King of Fighters? I will play. I'm down. I'm learning on hitboxing. That's been cool, but I haven't played in like a month now, so it's another one. You may notice a trend there, like Smash 4. I actually love playing Smash 4 when I'm playing against people. I can't stand playing against playing online, which is for obvious reasons. The online sucks. But even then, like, there's a certain level of play that you have to invest in all these games, Smash and Guilty Gear in particular, to be able to like compete. And I just don't have the time and patience anymore. And that gets to my next topic, which is I just don't have the drive for fighting games anymore, to be completely honest. And I think that's why I've been reluctant to put anything up. And it kind of sucks because my channel really got a lot of its views and a lot of its blow up from posting cross tech and stuff. And that was when I was really into cross tech and I was really into fighting games. And I'm like, I'm back and I'm in it, and I'm like, please let cross tech last, because I love this game so much. And it's doing better. People are playing it, and I like seeing that. I like seeing people pick up the PC version. I'm gonna try and get it on it myself at some point because I do want to play it. It's just been a matter of trying to find the time to fit it in because I'm playing other stuff. But overall, it's still not. It's not quite there. It's like, okay, I can dedicate to this game and be like, I'm gonna play this full time, because it's gonna take a lot of time to really build up a crowd again. And I think the biggest hurt for that, again, with Capcom, is that it's just not fixed. There's a lot of stuff that's broken on it, and it's just not been addressed. And that's frustrating. That's legitimately frustrating, because I really love that game, and I would like to see it do better. And I mean, Marvel got a release. I'm not sure if Street Fighter Cross Tekken is even on their radar. It looks like they just kind of said, you know what? It's done. It's got a bad name to it. We're going to abandon it. And that sucks, because I think it actually has a lot of potential still. Like, there was a lot of stuff in that game that had yet to be found. And, but to my main point, once that died down, that was kind of my last hurrah, and I kind of felt it, and I didn't want to believe it. But especially as of I want to say last year, I just haven't felt as attracted to fighting games as I used to. Like, putting the time in to study matchups on matchups on matchups, especially with how big rosters are these days. You know, for me, fighting games have always been a hobby. It was a hobby that I took seriously. That I put a lot of time into, I invested into. I learned matchups. I learned how to play other players. I learned on the fly. I would go to practice sessions consistently, weeklies, and I would do that. But I think I'm at a point in my life now where I have to focus on other things. And fighting games are in the point where they are now, where you either play seriously or you play casually. And there's not really much of an in-between ground. Now, I've always been that in-between person. There used to be that kind of intermediate area where you could just play intermediate and you can kind of tangle with the big boys, but at the same time, it's like, you still got a lot to learn, kid. Keep practicing. And now with the amount of money that's involved and the amount of tournaments there are, like every week there's a tournament for every game. You can't tell me you can't find a tournament somewhere near you, because there's a tournament around. There's no excuses not, to not show up locally unless you have stuff going on in life, which, lo and behold, that's me. but there's just so much to do and to keep track of that as of late, I've just not felt the drive to do it anymore. Like, I kept wanting to push it, but there's other stuff that I really want to do in my life that I want to take care of, that I want to do, that I want to accomplish. And I know it sounds like I'm making it sound like, well, fighting games aren't important. I'm not saying that. Fighting games, if that is your thing and you are a professional fighting game player, professional gamer in general, of course, as a gamer, I super respect it, excuse me. And I think it's awesome. And I'm glad people are able to make a living off of it. But the downside of that for someone like myself, I guess, is just that I don't have the drive or the passion I used to have for it when it was just a passion project. Because now if I'm going to a tournament, everybody there that's like serious is really serious. You know, there's no more of that, yo, I'm just going up to the arcade for a fun time, you know, just to go hang out and like, I'm gonna learn these matchups only if I want to beat these couple of people in my crew. I want to beat there's not a lot of that still seems to go on. There's like a lot of just huge tournaments, and maybe that's just me looking past that area. Maybe I need to come back down. I don't know what it is, but for me, it's just in general, my passion has been deflated. I'm not sure if it's just a matter of me like having to start over and just going through so many losses to find just beat me down, and I'm like, I got other stuff I gotta do. But and I think part of it too is the fact that the games have gotten bigger. Like, say what you want about Street Fighter 5 being simple, it's still a lot of matchup knowledge you have to study. There's still thousands of players you have to watch. There's still tons of footage of yourself that you have to go through and watch and learn how to play. And I'm not one to sit and blame the game. I'm just not. So I know at the end of the day, if I'm not improving, I've had my frustrations, but at the end of the day, if I'm not improving, there's something I'm not doing. And I realize I'm not studying. I'm not practicing. I'm not, as of this last month, I've not played Street Fighter 5 like a month and a half. I've not touched it. So what am I really going to do? What am I going to accomplish? But to touch it and to improve, I would have to put in more hours into the game. I would have to put in more time away from doing my illustration work, trying to be an animator, trying to be a writer. Those things are my career goals, and I have to focus on those. So, and it's not a game I can really just pick up and just play and just casually have fun with. And no fighting game is, really, honestly. It's just, this is not that place anymore. And I think part of that too is also my competitive nature, because if I play something and it's got competitive aspects to it, I want to win. So it's just like, it's hard for me to pick up something casually and then, you know, try and compete, but then also go that next step and be competitive without sacrificing things that I think are more important. I hope that makes sense, because it's a long way of saying that I'm pretty much semi-retired, if you can retire from a hobby. I don't know. The one game I'm playing right now that I'm playing seriously, and the other game I'm probably going to play, 2 games. Tekken 7, I'm playing pretty heavily. I still haven't sat down, but same problem. I haven't sat down to study matchups. I'm just playing against friends. I'm playing online here and there. You know, if I feel like it one day, if I got a couple of hours, I'll blow a couple of hours playing online. I can sit down and play against friends of mine online forever. I can go to locally and play Tekken 7 forever and not care until I realize, oh, I gotta go because I gotta do this other project or whatever the case may be. And I think that's gonna be the same thing with Pokken DX, because the only reason I was playing Pokken was because it was kind of a pain to play on Wii U, and also because I saw the DLC characters and I just lost all interest in playing the Wii U version. I was waiting for some kind of announcement. So now that DX is coming out, I'm interested in Pokken again. I'm playing it at Evo. I think I signed up. Maybe I signed up. I'll find out when I get there. But those are only 2 fighting games I'm really like, oh, I'm gonna get invested in. I'll give you a perfect example, even better. I bought ARMS the week after it released. Like, all right, I'm gonna play ARMS, gonna get into it because friends are getting into it. I played the game like 3 or 4 times. I don't care. I haven't studied mechanics. I haven't practiced anything. I just cut it on. I play. I mash, and I'm like, all right, let's play something else. I don't enjoy it, and I don't think it's a fault of the game. I think the game is probably phenomenal, and from what I've seen and what I've heard from other people that have played it and got deeper into it, it is a pretty dope game. But it's not scratching that itch, and just fighting games in general is kind of. I think I'm finally hit that wall of like, I'm done. Which is sad to say, the week of Evo, right before I go and play like the most games I've ever entered at Evo in my life. But then again, this is also the last Evo I'm going to be full-time competing. If I make it to next Evo, which depends on what happens in the next few months, then I will probably be playing like 1 game and be there mostly as a visitor. Or if I really get my goal, I want to be there as a vendor, as an artist. But we'll see how that goes. I got a year to make that happen. Whew. So that's where I'm at fighting games. If you're wondering what I am doing, and you probably have seen on the channel, the main things I'm playing are Monster Hunter. I'm taking a lot of time to playing that with friends, because I have the ability to play it online now on Monster Hunter 4 and on 3U, or not online but on stream. And that's what I've always wanted to do. And now that I've gotten into that, like all my spare time goes into playing that and recording it. I'm doing a Pokemon run obviously on the channel. That's gonna come as I get a chance to record the videos. It's been kind of a crappy couple of weeks. I was sick last weekend. I was sick during last week, and so I'm recovering now, but I'm fine. So hopefully within the next week after I get back from Evo, I can record some more stuff and put it up. Splatoon 2, that is what I'm looking forward to. Splatoon, as competitive as it is, and as much as I can be frustrated, I've learned how to have fun with that game. And plus, I play with a large group of friends. We play private rooms. If you've seen the videos on the channel, if you've not seen the videos on the channel, please check them out. They're there. They're awesome. If you have seen the videos, then you know I love doing that. Even this last session, that was like a 4-hour long session, which was not the intent at all. But it started off kind of like, oh man, if I play, my head hurts. And by the end of it, I was fully into it and forgot about my headache. Like, it was, you know, I love Splatoon 2. It's probably one of my favorite franchises now. So is Monster Hunter. Which again, Capcom, you're paying me right now. We're Double Cross. Anyway, that is where I'm at. So you'll see a lot of Monster Hunter, Pokemon, Splatoon 2. And hopefully at some point I'll put this guy on the channel. But I think we're going to handle that after I go through it once myself on the side, provided I get time to play it. Anything else that comes up? Oh, and definitely Metroid. I almost forgot about Metroid. You're going to see Metroid on the channel. Whenever a Metroid game comes out, I will play it. So you know, Samus Returns will be a thing because I have a capture card now. I will definitely play it on the channel when it releases. And I'm going to try and devote some more time to this channel, put up some more stuff. I want to start a second channel for my creative endeavors and not put it all on the same channel. I think that might be better off for the health of both. But I have not had the time to really set that up yet. And like I said, I'm going through a major life decision. When I have that finalized, I will talk about it, but I don't want to say too much. Some people already know what I'm talking about. There's a chance that 50% of the people that see this video know exactly what I'm talking about. The other 50% are like, oh my God, what is he gonna do? And it's like, it's not that crazy, but it's a pretty hard decision for me to make. It's a big chance I'm gonna take, so we'll see what happens. But I digress. Thank you for checking this out. If you've been watching my channel for this long, I appreciate it. 370 subscribers, I think. So thank you to every one of you. Even if you're not actively watching the videos, just clicking on the subscribe button just to say, hey, you know what? I think your content's cool. I appreciate it. There's going to be definitely more stream stuff coming. I'll try and make as many highlights as I can when I do streams so you can check it out. Like I said, Pokemon Monotype, I'm definitely going to finish this Sun and Moon because I've been wanting to do like a current day Pokemon game as a Monotype for the longest time. So I can't wait to put that up. It's just a matter of just make sure I got time to do it in my free time. I record on Sundays mostly. And I really recorded a lot of content this past Sunday, but again, I was sick most of Sunday and most of Saturday actually, so I couldn't do anything this weekend. I was KO'd. So, and then this next weekend I'll be at Evo. So after this weekend coming up, I'm gonna try and make the time to really record a bunch of stuff and put it up. So it'll be a little bit more of a break than I want, but look forward to some stuff actually showing up on the channel again in like a regular pattern pretty soon, streams aside. But yeah, thank you for checking it out, and I'll holla at you later.